Parenting can be tough, but just think about it. Haven't your parents faced it too? Chasing you, motivating you, and then often punishing you, right? In all those moments, how did you felt? Can you tell me? I'm sure it was anger, the feeling of being tortured, sometimes disgusted, or you just wanted to run off from your home, right? Well, as kids, we all just want to be loved, in spite of all the mistakes that happened. That's how the kids are. They just see the bright side. A kid's heart is just like a dog's. You pamper him and he will be yours, truly. Yes, parents, I'm talking to you here. Often, parents think about their child as a commodity, but not as an individual. Yes, I am being a bit harsh here, but you need to confront that. It's the reality. Not you would be doing, but many are. I will wrap my words in 5 simple points so that I could change your mindset about parenting. And in the last, I will give you a bonus magical tip. If you understand it truly, you will never fail at parenting. So better stick to it, okay? Let's go. So first point, kids aren't the correction of your past mistakes. Stop thinking of your child as a second chance to achieve something that you haven't. Instead, give wings to their hearts and desires. If your kids are trying to do something or just thinking of it and sharing it with you, please don't shut them off, please don't criticize them. Just listen to them, and even if it's not very profitable according to you, just support them, encourage them. This way, unconsciously, they will grow up to be an individual who is proud and independent instead of complaining and blaming others for their failures. You may think that your decisions are for their betterment, but if they find their way and they become good at it, believe me, nothing can stop them from achieving their success. Yes, there are consequences and repercussions of every decision being taken. So just talk about it, but never ever force your decisions on your little ones. For that moment, maybe they will go with your decision, work upon it, and ultimately they will stop chasing your dream or will ultimately break down. You don't want that to happen, right? So never do that. Second point, befriend your child. Yes, be friends with him. It's not at all shameful. It's rather beautiful. I'm sure you must have heard this and read about it countless times. But believe me, it is as true as it can be. Your child needs you in every moment of his or her life, in joy as well as sorrow, in achievement as well as failure. I mean, literally, they need you every time. Children look up to their parents more than anyone else. So why not be present there? You really need to keep track of it and do not let those moments go. And those moments can only be noticed when you know your child. And for that to happen, you have to be friends with him so that he or she shares everything with you. Play games with them. Reduce the communication gap between you and your child. Try to talk about anything and everything, because often kids share their deepest moments with their friends instead of parents. And being a parent, you really need to change that. But never be over friendly with your child. You should be aware of when and where you need to draw the line. Third point, include your child in family's decisions. Even this could be achieved when you befriend with your child and consider them as a vital part of the family. And this will ultimately give them the feeling of being heard of, and they are equally important. Allow them to lay their suggestions in each and every decision-making process for the family. This will boost up their self-esteem, and they will grow up to be an individual capable of making decisions on their own. Don't ever think that just your child needs you. Even you need your child more than anything else. Your children will be your support stick when you need them the most, and being needed will evolve them into responsible adults. Fourth point, appreciate your kid. Appreciate them for everything possible. They are hungry for it, and if fed properly, they will grow up to be humble and kind individuals. This appreciation will elevate their self-worth and emerge a feeling in them of being capable of accomplishing greater goals. Believe me or not, but feeling is everything. It could help them in building their self-confidence. But you should never call them by words like liar, stupid, duffer, or any other negative words, as this could get into their subconscious and destroy their self-confidence permanently. Watch on how you speak to your child. Know when your child is an infant, teenager, or an adult, and adjust yourself accordingly. Fifth point, act responsibly or be ready for your turn. That could be a nightmare, right? A kid doesn't know the world and start by imitating you and eventually grow up watching you. They speak your language. Try to overlay your behavioral patterns. Kids keep learning from their parents, and through parents' eyes, they come to know what's good and what's bad. If you, being a parent, doesn't respect your parents or your neighborhood or anybody who is beneath you by any means, then it's of a highest probability that you will end up with the same fate. You may be treated the same by your own child because you showed them that it is fine to not respect elders, parents, and they will learn from it, do the same to you. If you expect your child to not to speak a word of lie in front of you, better watch your surroundings before you speak a lie yourself. And now guys, as I have promised, the magical tip: never compare. Think of it as a coin. If there's a head, there's a tails too. If you're going to compare your child to some Sharma uncle's son, then you will be compared to Jennifer Gates' dad or Akash Ambani's dad. Don't be in wonder, they are the kids of Bill Gates and Mukesh Ambani respectively. You get my point, right? Your child may be afraid enough to not to speak it to you, but stop comparing your child to other kids in the world. You may think in your fantasy world this comparison will lead to some kind of motivation for your child, but believe me, nothing could be more demoralizing. And this comparison leads to aggression and even self-pity. And if you keep on comparing them to other kids again and again, they may eventually distance you from their lives. Instead, you can give them suggestions and inspiration to achieve better and better and achieve their happiness. Watching your child happy will eventually give you the greatest joy and satisfaction that you could ever imagine. Invest in your child as if you are making your retirement house, where inferior quality materials and lack of curing will lead to lack of strength. So act responsibly and use good quality materials with right proportions, and give time for the materials to achieve ultimate strength by investing proper care and nurture, so when it's complete, it will eventually protect you from the harsh conditions that this world has to offer in the future. So that's it for the video. This is Awan Rasool and I'm signing off.